Hey, welcome back to my channel, and today, as you can see, we are gonna take a look at the Unique Toys R-09 Red Destroyer, aka Stinger. And yeah, here's the box. You can see cool picture right there. On the other side, nothing. On this side, things that I cannot read. R-09 Red Destroyer. On the top, nothing. Here, some legal stuff and things that I don't know. Okay, hazards age 15 and plus. Yes, age 15 and plus, because this guy is super sharp. When I was transforming it, practicing on the transformation, when I was untabbing these pieces back here, I cut myself. So yeah, so be careful when handling this guy. QR codes for the transformations. Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to explain as better as I can on the transformation on this guy. Vehicle mode, weapons that he comes with, and it doesn't show some of the extra stuff. And you can see right here, yeah, they're teasing Bumblebee. So yeah, hopefully these Unique Toys. I want Unique Toys to make Bumblebee from Age of Extinction, please. And there you go, that's it for the box. Now in a little baggie right here, there's some accessories and a little card right there. So the cards, there's this one with a scanning Galvatron, that has some clear plastic, and then Stinger, and on the other side it just them both in their vehicle mode. So that's pretty cool. It's like a credit card plastic, so that's pretty cool. And then the other one is more specific to Stinger, so Red Destroyer, and then UTR-09, words that I cannot read. And on the back, vehicle mode, Red Destroyer, and then the text specs, so pause the video you want to read them. So there you go, and made in China. Now, some things that we have here are the Stinger blades right here. And then this guns and extra pieces for these pieces back here. Because those, there's a lot of problems with those. And we take out the accessories that are specifically only for the vehicle mode, which are this missile pods that he used in the movie. So these just peg into this tab right there, with the longer part facing forward, like that, and like that. Now let's take a look at the other accessories. This has one blade, not two, how it is in the box. It's one of those, and has the battle mask of Age of Extinction Bumblebee. But they are really teasing that they're gonna make Age of Extinction Bumblebee. The glossy in black all around, that nice metallic blue. I love this, and the sculpt is amazing. But yeah, this is actually pretty cool. So yeah, I cannot wait to get my hands on the Unique Toys Stinger. Unique Toys Bumblebee. We are going to take a look at the vehicle mode. The vehicle mode is actually not that bad. I love how this looks. The back, there's no clear plastic headlights and tail lights. They're just painted on with silver and black, but it's fine. I love this detailing right here. The windows, yeah, the front headlights, pretty cool. Then all this grille detail, I love it. And the rims are actually die cast, so that's pretty cool. So it's heavy. For comparison, vehicle mode comparison, we have Age of the Primes, Solus Prime. Yeah, boom, there we go. And then these are kind of loose. I don't like it, but whatever. And no opening doors, because Paganis open the door upwards, and due to transformation, that's not possible, like, at all. So yeah, now let's talk about the transformation, which I'm not that thrilled to do, but let's try it. Start by bringing these down so it will not get into our way. Now what's gonna happen next is that we are going to untab these pieces like that. Just bring it up like that, and we are gonna untab this right here like that, and just wiggle all that. Untab this and just bring it all the way out like that. Okay, now we're gonna work on the arms. Why not? So the arms, we are just going to untab this from this, which it already did, and then just bring this all the way like that. And what's gonna happen now is that this will go into this. So there's this notch right there where my fingernail is, that will go in there. So just bring it like that, and just straighten out the arm on this hinge right there. Okay, now I'm gonna straighten out the arm like that. Now this piece is just going to go ahead and rotate. I'm gonna rotate the arm on this hinge right there, and there is a slot right there, which these two tabs will go in. So just make sure to do that. Yeah, this transformation not easy. There you go. So like that, and this is just gonna go like that. We are going to collapse this piece like that. We're gonna go to the back right here. We're gonna flip this up like that. We are going to pull this out like that, so there's enough clearance to rotate this around like that, and then push that into place again. Bring this like that, push that in, and on this side there's a tab for that to just peg in, and there you go. Now just straighten that out, and this piece is just gonna go like that. And these pieces are super sharp, so just be careful, they're sharp. Okay, and there you go, one arm all done. So do the same thing on this arm. Now we have two arms. Now to work on all of this. So the easiest way I can actually do it is to just start by untabbing all of this back here. Yeah, just be careful to not injure yourself like I did myself. Yeah, just get everything out of the way. Bring these up and just bring them like that so they will not get in our way. Make sure that nothing gets in your way, and there you go. These are going to be like that. Now after that, we are going to well, first of all, we need to untab some tabs right there, so just untab those. Okay, and we are going to untab this like that, and do the same thing on the other side like that. And now we are going to untab the arm, the legs from the shurikens on the inside like that, so we can bring all of that around. Okay, so that snap was, well, that click was because I forgot to bring these out, because that was getting caught with these right here. So yeah, just make sure to take these out, these heels. Okay, and then after that, here comes the part that if you're going to vehicle mode, from robot to vehicle mode, it's gonna get in your nerves. Is all of this right here. So let me take it out. So these right here, that are the spikes for the chest piece, need to go under these pieces, and it will help if you bring these pieces out. So yeah, it's kind of tricky, but it's doable. And then after that, we just bring this up and out of the way. Now we are going to bring the legs and just bring them down so we can work on all of this. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is to make sure to not break anything around here. And yeah, now I'm gonna bring the head up, bring this out of the way. These pieces need to go ahead and bring it like that, and do the same thing on the other side if this thing lets you, this head. Okay, and then just bring the head like that. Okay, and then this piece is just gonna bring forward for right now. Now we are going to work on all of this. Okay, so this needs to go all the way back. We are going to accordion all of this around like that, and that's gonna fold like that. Okay, yeah, it's gonna fold with this front piece going over all of this, so just make sure that all of that is correctly placed. So that's gonna be flush like that. Now you're gonna bring these side pieces, and there's this slots that will go into this tab right there. So just line it up and just tab it in. So yeah, just tap those into place. Okay, and now we are going to untap that right there like that, so we have the ab crunch. Okay, and then just bring these out of the way. It's gonna bring these up like that, and there you go. Now for the legs, what's gonna happen is that we're gonna take this and untap it like that. There's this tab that goes into that slot. Okay, now I'm gonna take this this side bit like that, untab it. There's not enough clearance to work on this. Bring this in. This needs to stay up so we get a lot more clearance. I'm gonna bring this out, just bring it out, bring the feet out, and just bring it like that, and bring it like that. Bring this panel like that. Make sure that this is as straight as possible. Bring this up, and the accordion this while we do that, like that, so we can take this knee spike out, and these accordion that, so that's gonna be as straight as possible. Now what's gonna happen is that we're gonna bring this like that. We are going to rotate this around town. Come on, there you go. And make sure that this is like that, and make sure that this is gonna go up. Make sure that this is out of the way, and bring this like that, and make sure that this just drops in like that. Bring this like that, and then tap in slot, tap it in. I don't know why it did not do a click before it did, but now it doesn't. And then this is just gonna sit in here, and then this is just gonna go over the wheel. Okay, and then this knee spike is gonna go down. Make sure that this is as flush as possible. Okay, because if it's like this or whatever, this is not being flush with the surface. So yeah, that's kind of annoying. But now there's that slot right there and a tab right there. So just bring this down, tab that in, and make sure that this is like that. And there you go, one leg all done. And just bring this down. Now do the same thing on the other leg. There you go, we have 2 legs all done. Well, actually not done, because we need to get right here, these pieces right here, you need to bring them out like that, and bring them out like that. Okay, and these are just gonna sit right there on the side like that. Yeah, on this back pieces, these need to on tab, but be careful with the little spikes that it has. These little pieces right here, I'm not gonna even try to take them out because they get super loose if they pop off and you pop it on. They get super loose, so I'm not even gonna try. But yeah, and then there's some indents right there for the actual joint to bring it like that. It's in a double hinge right there, and has a rotation right here on the base. So yeah, you can do whatever you want. There's some hinges right here, rotation right here, and a hinge right here, and these individually rotate. So yeah, you can do whatever you want with these. Me personally, I like it to just bring this like that, rotate this, so this, like in the movie, is actually covering up the wheel, and just bring all of this all the way down, and there you go. That's, for me, more movie accurate actually. If you see it on the movie, go rewatch it. That's how these shurikens or whatever you call them are like in the movie. Go watch it, go rewatch it. There you go, Stinger in his robot mode, and he looks awesome. Now for comparison, Optimus Prime from Alien Attack, King of Cavaliers. So yeah, there you go. He is so tall, but this is accurate. Bumblebee slash Stinger supposed to be at least at Optimus Prime's waist, so it works. And this is customized. I'm gonna make a video about him in the future, I don't know when. Now let's take a look at Stinger himself. This is basically the CGI model in my hands. But yeah, let's take a look at the head. You know, pretty cool, like the Bumblebee head. A lot of common gray, green eyes, so that's pretty cool. Has some black here. Love that they actually did manage to make the Bumblebee feet. That's incredible. And let's talk about the articulation. For articulation, the head is in this double hinge and a swivel, but this swivel is super loose. It doesn't really tab in that well. It just tabs there, you know, and that's kind of annoying because you're moving it like, okay, but yeah, the articulation goes about there because of all these pieces. But then we bring it up and it untabbed again. But yeah, up, bad far, but that looks weird, so it will look slightly normal, is about there. But yeah, down, pretty far. Here has hinge there and a double hinge in there, so it can go up and down like this, shift, and shifts down, so the arm can go out about there. And the arms do rotate 360. Now the elbow is kind of weird because how you can see, if you rewatch the movie again, these pieces right here are actually on the back of the arm. So Unique Toys did actually notice that, but for right now, it does have a double jointed elbow. It can go pretty good right there, but if you wanted to make it more movie accurate, we do have a rotation right in between of those hinges, so if you really wanted to, you can just bring this back, rotate the wrist. Yeah, it has some articulation to wrist. And yeah, and there you go. Now, this is more movie accurate, this on the back, but now it's only gonna function the top joint, so it's only have about 90 degrees of bend right there. So what do you want, movie accuracy or articulation? Me personally, articulation. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. Why didn't they just put the rotation up here and down here and not in the middle of the joints? I don't know, but there you go. Rotation there, rotation at the wrist, and has in and out. The thumb, well, the fingers are fully articulated, see? But yeah, you can splay them out like that. The thumb is in a ball joint, a hinge and another hinge, and the fingers are individually articulated. So that's pretty cool. But it has a hinge at the base and a hinge in the middle. So yeah, there you go. The waist, and you can bring this up and then just bring these pieces out and out of the way like that. So this can go ahead and not the full 360 because of how back here all this works, but you know, it's decent articulation. And remember that we untap this part right there, so you can see that's a tab that goes into that slot. That's for the ab crunch, and for that we need to flip this up, and there you go. Has a lot of ab crunch. That's amazing. But yeah, now we keep these out so we can use the hips to kick forward a lot, back about that far, so that's pretty cool. Now the only thing that's restricted on this guy is the outward movement. If we bring this all the way like that, only goes about that far. So I'm like, yeah, not even the full splits, but you know, it's fine, I guess. You know, yeah, it's fine. Does have a thigh swivel, does have a double jointed knee, which the bottom knee is the one that you need to bend first, but is way too tight on mine, went like that. And then there you go, and then this knee spike just goes down and fills that in, and there you go. But yeah, now something that I forgot to tell you guys. You see this tab for vehicle mode, it taps in right there, but because this is plastic and it's painted, some of the reviews that I've seen on this side, that peg actually broke off and got stuck into that slot. So what I did is to actually file down this peg, so I will take off all the paint that it had, so it will not get stuck in there and break. So yeah, just file that down and everything is gonna be okay. Now the feet are actually pretty cool. So it does have a lot of angle tiltage, and these stabilizer pieces right here can rotate, and then there's a hinge right here, so that can also rotate. Now some people think that this guy doesn't have articulation going forward and backwards. He does, it's just that it's a little too tight. So yeah, but yeah, you can see right here, you know, he does have articulation right here, and if you want it to go more backwards, this piece can get out of your way, so he can go all the way back like that. So that's pretty cool. Nothing at the toe, just this movement right here, do the transformation if you really want it. If you really want to use it, sure, there you go. But yeah, there you go, and that's it for the articulation. Yeah, let's take a look at some of the accessories. For example, we have the Stinger Blaster, which is like a claw right here. So yeah, pretty cool. Casted on black with some red paint and some silver. You know, pretty cool. The sculpt is actually pretty cool. And to integrate it, the arm has a slot right there and one up here, so you can choose which one you want. There's the peg and another peg, so if you want it more upward like that, you use the square peg on top right here, or if you want it more into the arm, use the little peg. Me personally, I just use the little peg like that, and yeah, make sure that the hand is inward so it will not get in the way of you plugging this in. So there you go. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. Now, for another accessories, we have these daggers things. Yeah, they're pretty cool. You can see right here, they're casted in black plastic, and they connect the same as the Stinger Blaster on that circular port. Come on, focus, there you go. So yeah, they just connect into that that slot right there. So like that, and there you go. You can have it like that on both arms. Now another accessory that I have no idea why they even gave us this, but they gave us one, not two, but just one Dino Mirage blade, and I'm like, okay, why? But sure. How to actually integrate this is using the bottom slot right there. So just peg it in there, which is pretty tight. There you go. And there you go. If you really wanted to, sure. So yeah, I have no idea why they even gave us this, but sure, I guess. But yeah, that's basically it for this. And for the Bumblebee head, if you really wanted to, it does have the same port. So if you really wanted to, you can just peg it in. And there you go. So yeah, I guess, sure, whatever. But yeah, you know, you can do that if you really wanted to. But yeah, it's kind of weird that this one, that is not specifically for Stinger, this is actually pretty tight. It doesn't really pop off like the other one. You know, you can do all of that and it doesn't pop off. But for Stingers, it does. You know, you're just moving it and there you go. So yeah, that's kind of weird why it works like that. So let me just put him in a little pose for the thumbnail. Yeah, there you go. There's a pose for the thumbnail. And yeah, that's basically it for this video review. I hope this video gets a lot of views, and I hope that you guys actually like it, because I worked super hard on this video. It took me almost a week to actually complete it. So I hope you guys show it some love, share it with all your friends, subscribe, like the video, and all that good stuff, you know. So yeah, that's basically it for this video review. So this is me saying goodbye, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.